I'm gonna bring is 8 Mile to television.
Oh.
Yeah,
Does he know that?
Yes.
Okay, just checking.
How far along in the process are you guys of that?
We in motion. Yeah.
Really? So 8 Mile, the TV show.
Yeah.
That's
Series.
dope. Big Boy's Neighborhood.
Boy.
I'm not going to even beat around the bush. 50 Cent is in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
And first off, Fifth, welcome back to the neighborhood.
Thanks, man. Thanks for always having me.
Hey, man, thank you for always coming back.
I know, I love it.
Hey, man, let me tell you, bro, you got to be one of the hardest working people in this business. And there is absolutely no box. Like, you don't say rapper. I know I don't. You know what I'm saying? Rapper 50 Cent. You just say 50 Cent or Curtis Jackson. 50 Cent Jackson is in the neighborhood, bro.
Yeah, man.
You have really stood, the test of time.
Yeah, I've been doing it.
And just off air, you was like, man, and I ain't stopping.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna keep going, man. I'm enjoying it, man. I told you that whistle while you work concept, Big. You gotta love what you're doing.
You know what? I probably didn't hear it then. You probably said it, and it must. And I'm gonna tell you, man. I've been in the radio, and we've sat down for decades now, damn near.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you are doing so much better than I am.
Why you say that? Like,
Because it's the truth. You don't want me to say it,
nah,
or
this show is massive, man.
yeah, I mean, but
This is why I always show up.
right. Okay, I got you. Hey, man, you know what? Yeah, I got to learn how to take the compliment. I'll definitely take that. You know, and congratulations, man. BMF season 2.
Thanks, man.
Hey, man, when you go to do a story like that,
Right.
you know, because that's a documented story, is dear to a lot of people.
Yeah.
People know it. Are you hesitant on attaching to it, or?
No. I'm excited about this kind of projects because, look, first I feel like that in that story with BMF that you got to tell an origin story.
Right, yeah.
Right, because you got to show the innocence of how you get involved in the lifestyle. Because if you say, okay, the guy sold a lot of drugs for a long time, they go, well, when you get caught, they go, well, about time, because he
Right.
wasn't doing the right thing, right? But when you see them as kids in poverty,
Yeah, man.
under circumstances where they just want to eat comfortably and have nice clothes and things like that, then you understand why people get involved in that lifestyle. And that's you know, it's layers to these stories that I think make them a little more exciting. Like Power First is a fictional story like that, but it's a fictional story about a guy who made it to the top. There's a ghost in all of these neighborhoods. Like the guy who made it to the top.
Oh, yeah.
He getting the most money around there at the time. And when you do it in a legal route, you say, could I have done this a different way? Because it does take skills to manage people and everything that's going on.
Hey, man, is this so-called entertainment game, did you come in thinking about like the hustle game as well, the dope game, that did like, man, this is easy for me?
You know, in the beginning, but there was always things that I couldn't understand that was happening. It was like I couldn't manage the artists. I couldn't keep all of the artists in pocket, or it'd be 5 of us here today. But
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
You talking about like G Unit,
Yeah.
where, yeah.
they're all, and because like when you look at all of the groups that came, right? They all kind of, either the guy that's in there that is extremely talented pulls out to the front and he goes, I'm going solo. And he like leaves the other guys, like, or there's the scenarios where, because it started like that, Big. The beauty of how G Unit worked is my solo album took off so big that I just brought them with me. So it was clear that it was me creating the opportunity for everybody else in the crew.
Right.
But we was all together. I wish it would have been Yayo,
Why?
because then I could have did all of the business.
Does that, when you say do all of the business and,
If he would have been 50 Cent Big,
right,
then I would have been running the whole thing. You see what I'm saying?
do you think that is better for you, or is it different for you?
Then it would still be 2 of us. It would still be
Gotcha.
he'd still be 50 Cent as the artist and out there, and I'd be probably the largest asset to us.
How is the relationship with members of G Unit?
They're good. Like I just look, I think that they create their own path. And, you know, everybody does in life. Like they just, it's different things. Like certain things I don't believe in, Big, based on. I think the things you go through make you who you are. And in my journey, like there's certain things that I'm not really, I don't even let it into my system like that. Like I think depression is a luxury.
Wow.
Because where I'm from, you can't afford to be depressed. You got to pay the bill, right?
Right.
So you got to go to work. You got to get up. You got to go do what you got to do. You got people right now that's at work that don't feel like being there.
Mm-hmm.
But they got responsibilities, so
Yes, sir.
they feel uncomfortable while they're working, while they're doing what they got to do. Like, when these guys get in a slump and they just decide that they're not going to do anything, I'm like, where they do that at?
Right.
Even when you're on the street, you got a pack. You just decide not to come outside.
Yeah.
They're gonna beat you. You're gonna beat the death. Wait till you come out. They're gonna beat the.
Yeah.
You definitely.
So
gonna get
is it different when you get up and say, "Man, I gotta go get mine," as opposed to like when I started radio, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was me and a guy by the name of Humpty.
Yeah.
And that only lasted for like 2-3 weeks. They had a different vision. I didn't know radio.
Right.
But I'm so glad in my career that I didn't have an and. I've had Big Boy's Neighborhood, but I didn't have the Big Boy and Liz show, the Big Boy and, because then it's we got different hustles, different grinds, lifestyles are different. At some point you can like grow apart or fade away, or you want to start a different life, a different family. So are you good now that you say, I don't have that and, or?
Well, you know what? It does feel good to have it be a singular focus, because even with multiple things running,
Right? Yeah, definitely.
it does feel like it feels better to do that, because I know I'm not gonna not go left on me.
Right.
You know,
You're gonna show up.
I'm gonna do what I gotta do, and then the other.
You're not gonna be dissing yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, man, wait, what did I put out on social media about me?
Yeah, like Big, you go, because this is the thing. When artists are unhappy, you know whose fault it is. It's the label's fault.
Right.
Whenever it doesn't work, because they place. Look at it now. The new artists, they meet the audience before they meet the record company.
Yeah.
Because they made the joint, they put it out, it's
Right.
on iTunes, it's out. They start to heat up, and they get the record company around them for structure. A group of people that can organize it and make it work to its full potential. When that happens, then they're like, yo, it's cool. But the business, when we hear amazing artists and you go, what happened to them? Like, where'd they go? They wasn't done making music after 2 albums. Like, where the rest of the music at? And it just, the business happened to them. So it's like if the company loses focus, if they're not in the red on the project so much, then they go, yo, okay, let's get that next single. If it doesn't, when the ball hit the wall, if it bounces off big, then that's the end of it.
Right.
You know what I mean? You got certain guys that are their relationships made them so powerful, like in our business, that they can't be moved. Like Dre, I don't think you understand. Like, this is why you've never heard me say anything negative about him. You see what I'm saying? And also connected to like M, because M's our relationship. My Eminem is Dr. Dre is Eminem's. To Eminem to me is what Dr. Dre is to Eminem.
Yeah.
So to disrespect him in any way is just, you're out of pocket. You're not even following the chain of command that
Do
way.
y'all ever have, like, before, was there ever any disagreements? There's certain things that you just don't take to the public because it's not for the public?
Yeah. Like, if there's, with Drake, not much. Like, he gonna do what he want to do regardless. Man. Like, and you going, like, Jimmy, their relationships, that's a different kind of relationship.
Right.
Bro. That was, like, even when it was East Coast, West Coast, they are the West Coast, bro.
Right, yeah.
Like, the whole thing. So you go, when I get over here and you're an East Coast artist, Ye has said this in the interview. He's like, there was a point where, like, I said I felt like a New York Knicks ball player in the LA locker room. Right? Like, cause I was like, yo.
Visitors.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I'm like, yo, we should be home here. I'm home. This is the home team. But it was never, you see, even when the award show thing happened, we was there. It's because you're supposed to be there. Like, that's just the way I was raised, babe.
Hey, man, when you think about where the music business is at now, you say that you coming with new music for 2023.
Yeah.
And the music business, man, is fickle, and some people want to run away from the music business, especially when they find the success that you found.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What makes you say, I want new music in 2023?
Because I can make what I want to make. Like, I'm not relying on them to be excited or to buy it. At this point, I just want to tour, big. I just want to tour.
I know.
36 countries have sold out in arenas, no support acts, no Live Nation to support the straight to venue, big money. Because I supported the tour myself.
I heard that. Put down and invested in yourself.
Yeah.
What does that feel like to go out damn near after 20 years after Get Rich? You know, get rich or die trying, and the audience still show up, especially in a business where you're here today and gone tonight.
It's amazing, man. And it's also, I attribute that to also being connected to the three-headed monster. Mm-hmm. It's also Eminem and Dr. Dre.
Right.
You sound people forget. They forget what it really is. Big. Like, look at this. Our culture, when you see new artists, you see them with these Lamborghinis, these Rolls Royces and Bentleys and stuff like that. Hip hop was not earning that kind of money. Mm-hmm. It grew to a point that it's earning that kind of money now. And you look, when you subjected to not having much in the cities and these environments where a lot of the talent is coming from, don't nobody buy nothing. They don't buy shit. You got to ask them when the last time you actually went and bought a CD,
right?
Or paid for the actual record, because they'll get it the best way they can. Like, they're the great promoters. They're the tastemakers. They're the strongest influences in the world. Mm-hmm. But they don't buy it. It's the kids in middle America out there that they got to get in the car and drive to find trouble. It's nothing but a DNA back.
Right.
They fall in love with everything else that's going on. The lingo. If you're not paying attention, look, the slang now, it's harder for people that if English is their second language, like if not their first language, then how do they catch yo what's up?
Right.
What's up?
Right here.
What do you mean it's up?
Right.
It means we need to move because they're getting ready to start shooting. You know what I mean? Like, but they don't know the lingo. Like, if they're not paying attention to the music to understand that there's a problem getting ready to take place.
Where did you go to on tour? Where did that tour take you to?
I went through so many 36 countries. 36 countries.
Hey man, you know it's good when somebody don't know where they went. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can sit here and tell you right now, I was in Chino on Chino Hills, California, for New Year's Eve. I was in Burbank. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know exactly where I was at.
I know I did Armenia because it was the first.
Oh, yeah.
Really, though? He went to Armenia?
Yeah, my cousins called me. They're like, do you know who's coming? 50 Cent is coming to Armenia.
It was like this big.
Right.
Yeah.
This was big.
Hey, man, but you know what, too? Some people want to stay home.
Yeah, and I'm ready to go. Like, I went to Athens. I did the same arena that they sold out the arena they did the Olympics in.
Damn.
So, yeah, it's cool, man.
Hey, man, and then also, man, you come in with 1.8 billion views in 2022 without any, like, real 50 Cent music.
Yeah.
What videos were we watching?
I don't know. I think it's when people be tagging me, too, when they put, like, if they put my name in front of the video on YouTube.
Right.
Like, when in the tagline. Because a lot of the 50 Cent
Take the credit.
mentions.
Yeah.
Take the
Do
credit.
you think that anything had to do with like the regurgitation of like, man, 50 with Super Bowl? Like, because when Super Bowl went down, everybody like popped up and popped off.
That was big. Like, look, Dre, that's Dre too. You see what I'm saying? It's Dre and really M, because he wouldn't do it without me.
Right. How does that come about? You know, because we get, I kind of knew some things low key, but once that Pepsi ad hit and it was like Super Bowl, when did it come about? Like, how did 50 Cent become involved?
Well, I got the call before the ad went out.
Yeah, I hope so.
But look, when I wasn't in the ad,
right,
because of look, Jay-Z and them was putting it together. Mm-hmm. So I think they still harbor some energy towards me.
You think you were purposely left out of the ad?
No.
Okay.
I don't think. I think that they were saying the NFL had some issues with me that I don't know what those issues are. Like, what is the issue? You see what I'm saying? Like, and I with M, because like with Nori he had communication. He said, yeah, I talked to the big homie. He was saying to Jay, he was telling me, the white boy wouldn't do the truth without 50. Right? And I'm like, that's when I start saying crazy stuff, because I look and I go, oh, that's your big homie, right? And so he imaged himself after a gay painter. The big homie want to look like a gay painter.
What are we talking about here?
We're talking about Basquiat. He wants to look like a gay painter.
Oh my God, I think I know where we're going with
So
this.
now look, what I'm saying to you is, look, when you start looking at, that's not mine, that's theirs, they Harper, right? But when you look at, M is looking at the entire legacy.
Yeah.
The whole thing, like with M, Dre, and myself, like I'm a shady aftermath. You see what I'm saying? Like there's so much G-Unit Records.
Right.
They forget that I'm M and Dre's artist. You see what I'm saying? Like, but that's just the way it was. Like,
were you a part of it? Even like you say, you weren't on the ad, right?
Yeah.
When we saw the initial asset that came out, and you weren't on there, but were you already a part of it?
No, I already had communications
okay.
with Paul about going to do it, but the ad was coming out that already was shot with.
Okay, gotcha.
With him and everybody else in it. So I'm like, nah, cool, I'll be surprised. Like, it's cool to be surprised.
Right. Yeah, I was surprised too. I remember at rehearsal, I was like, man, what the hell?
I won $20.
Right.
Yeah, me and Louis betted against it, and I was like, 50's going to show up, watch.
When nobody, like when I reach out, because I want to see what the complications are, when nobody has any information about it, and it only came from that angle, I have to believe that was something that's from that.
Did you and Jay-Z ever have a conversation, or y'all in different offices as far as like?
We don't need to talk about nothing.
I heard that.
Yeah.
All right. So when you do get the call, it's a no-brainer for you to do Super Bowl.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And because it's Dre's show, like you got to pay for that. That was expensive.
Yeah, I know.
And we had to be here for 7 days ahead of the show to rehearse it. Like I was like, I know the words.
Right. Yeah. Hang me upside down, man. I'm good. Hey, man, was it different hanging upside down 20 years later?
Yeah. Hey, look. A little more weight there.
Yeah.
And it was dangerous. It was rich versus reward. I was like, wait, I'm trying to make a great entrance. You know
Right. Whose idea was it to hang you upside down again? Was that you?
Yeah, that was me.
Right.
And then, after like the second time in rehearsals, I was looking around like, why do I do this?
Right.
I'm so lightheaded.
Hey, man, I was about to say that. Do you come down lightheaded, or you're like, man, I got a whole verse to do?
But I gave myself something physical, a physical task to deal with. Because I climbed up, had to jump up. There was no harness or nothing. If I would have fell, I would have just fell like a national television.
Oh, man, yeah, you
like,
way
look,
better than me, bro.
That's like when I went to go do the pitch, like for the Mets.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. You are one of the worst. You go down in the Hall of Fame.
I'm sorry.
One of the worst. First pitch.
I wish I would have thought about that before I did it.
Really, the first pitch,
Yeah,
and it
man.
never goes away.
No, they have a baseball card.
Right, with your pitch.
Yeah, I don't own the photo. I don't.
But you own it. You know.
Yeah, like they have a baseball card.
Hey man, now when you throw a bad pitch, people say, "Man, he 50'd that."
He 50 that.
It's 50 and Gary Delabate from Howard Stern. Y'all got the two worst pitches.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. But
Yeah.
look at you though.
I'm still. I got other things to hold on to.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Do you really want to pitch for a team that you don't play to go right over, or do you want all the success that you have now?
Yeah, I'm looking at Big Ant saying I didn't have to do that. I didn't have to put myself in a space where.
In New York.
Do you
just
learn
didn't-
from that?
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Did you learn from hanging upside down?
That worked out too. Like it was like, it was cool to do it because it reminds people of how the
Yeah.
record
I thought it was
started.
dope,
Yeah.
man.
And
Nostalgia.
that energy, if you can bring that.
Hey man, 20 years later, you would have smooth found me on the couch though. You know what I'm saying? They would have shot back to one of them living room scenes. I would have been like, go. They would have been like, yeah, man. I ain't trying to do. And I stopped doing all them challenges and big. You can do it and all that.
Yeah.
I'm cool.
At least I'm cool.
I'm cool where I'm
like,
at.
there was no reason for me to. I mean, if I would have fell on my head, I would have felt like I should have just. You know,
Right? Yeah. Like
we had insurance, injury your neck, big.
Hell yeah,
There
Super
you go.
Bowl.
Why did I do that? Huh?
What's the anticipation when you get there that day, knowing that billions of eyeballs will be on this?
Yeah, it's the same intensity I feel when I go out on a real like a show. Because look, I'm nervous all the time, big. I
was
get
gonna ask
nervous when just like the first minute of the performance, I'm nervous, and then I turn into 50 Cent.
Right. Do you see everybody before y'all go on?
Yeah. Like I'll see him, and We do that like we're not in a huddle like, but everybody
Right. Not all hands in.
Hands on.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Dre on 3. Yeah.
Yeah, we not doing all that, but there's a, like I like to be to myself before I go to do it, and then because look, if you don't care about your performance, then you shouldn't be performing. I don't think you should be doing it. You know what I mean? And
does it reignite something in you? Did you always know you were going to do the tours and all that again, or did that feeling?
Nah, there was. You know what? That tour started out 4 shows.
Wow.
And then I just said I'm gonna keep going. I don't care, like because they were saying that they was having issues or they was afraid of COVID or being
right
with the touring, and then I just started putting the dates on. Just do it because I didn't understand why they were sitting still. And the other artists, they're not the same big. Like, look, it's a difference. If you sell 13 million records around the world, in the period that I'm doing that, there's nobody that is doing it outside of Eminem himself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The Marshall Mathers thing. And he didn't tour. He didn't go out as much as I did. And then we come back the next album, I dropped 3 albums. After that album, I dropped Beg for Mercy, Lloyd Banks solo, and then Games album before I came back with The Massacre.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. And that one sold 10 million records. And then they'll say there was only 1 album, but that's because they want to forget that.
Right.
That rum is very uncomfortable.
Hey man. Yeah. So now, when you say music in 2023, is there any fear with being in competition with yourself, or how since we got this device, everybody's a critic and everybody can say something?
Yeah, they're fine for them to say it. But, I got the call as soon as I said that. I got a text from M that he had already spoke to Dre, and that Dre is in there and he got some crazy stuff for me to go here. So I'm going to, this is my process. Like, I'll go make something, like what I can find out, the best music I can get my hands on. And then when I feel real good about it, I bring it to put pressure on Dre to offer me something.
Yeah.
Because he'll have something, or he's always has.
Because you sat with Dre before and taken Dre beats, right?
Yes. There'll be songs, he'll be playing it. It's his voice on the record. He'll go click, take that off here. This is gonna be good. Watch.
What records do we know that you was like, Dre, I need that, or he was?
Look, you know what I did? I came in. How We Do was like Dre did that one. We did. He had a record. I wanted it bad too. Ended up getting it. T.I. ended up getting the record later because it was with the Can I Make It Dope with the Aaliyah sample.
Damn.
And then,
I don't know the song, but I know the sample. Yeah.
Yeah. And he had man, the production on it was crazy. But like Dre, he always have something in the studio that he's playing that he's excited about, that when he press play, he watches everybody else.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And see if they enjoy themselves immediately. And then when that record gets dated to him, because it's there, but it's not the thing he just made, I show up for it.
Hey man, I've been in with Dre and I'm like, man, this is it.
Yeah, no,
like this the song right here.
Yeah, no, he makes them all the time.
Yeah,
but they'll be there until he's comfortable with. Like Dre shot whole movies and didn't put them out. Like whole feature films, and just was like, I don't know. All right, cool. Now let's not do it.
And you're like, man, you're like, let me have that movie.
Yeah.
They'll do it. He's done it since they did the deal with Beats over Apple.
How's your relationship with M now? Do y'all talk much?
Yeah, a lot more texting because I'm moving a lot. Mm-hmm. Like I'm not.
M don't want to do what you're doing as far as like you never talk to M about going out on tour, or at one point when we saw the Super Bowl, we were like, that's the world tour.
Now look, because of the Super Bowl, I got an inquiry about the World Cup.
Oh.
And they had a budget of $9 million for it.
Wait, how much?
$9 million.
Yeah. So they was gonna give. I would have took one big.
Right.
And then the other 8 would have been for him. And then there was it's still for a one-off. I'm just saying, if you would do a one-off show, maybe you would do the biggest live sporting event in the world.
Did you talk to M about it?
Yeah, I called, talked to Paul and everybody around him.
They killed it on the Vine?
Well, yeah, it's like he's not gonna do it. He's not gonna move.
So it didn't even get to M.
Not with Paul.
With Paul Rosenberg.
Yeah.
And Paul no.
Yeah. He's like, he's not gonna do it. 50. But everything else, like I want to bring. I'm gonna bring his 8 Mile to television.
Oh.
Yeah,
Does
so-
he know that?
Yes. He
Okay, just checking.
How far along? How far
Wow.
along in the process are you guys of that?
We in motion. Yeah.
Really?
I got
So
it.
8 Mile, the TV show.
Yeah.
That's
Series.
dope.
Yeah, it's gonna be big. I'm working. I'm not gonna keep. I ain't got no duds.
Right, I know.
I'm batting 100. Batting 100.
8 Mile. Whose idea is that? Like, do you have to convince him? Because 8 Mile is a classic.
No, I think it should be there for its legacy because
Yeah.
if you don't see, it's important to me that they understand it. You know what I mean? Like when Stout would say the tanning of America because America's listening to black music, right? And it's really the culture losing its color for everybody to feel like they can enjoy it and appreciate it because they see someone who's accepted and respected on the whole. It makes them a part of it also. You know what I'm saying? And then you start to have all of you see the new artists, you see the new guys pop out all the time and they're talented.
When you talk about an 8 Mile TV show, and we seen 8 Mile, and it was like, it was a piece where,
Right.
pretty much the same age. This you didn't see a lot of backstory. You don't know what really happened in the future. Where does this 8 Mile TV show in your head? Does it start with a young Eminem? Have you thought that much about it?
Yeah, I thought about it. It's a modern version. It's like think Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Right.
The new version of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, like that. So I want to be able to show it and offer a lot more details, things that you would say in an interview or different things that you've already used that you put out there and stuff like that. You'll see those things kind of surface in the temperament of the characters.
Man, I can't wait to see that. And the one thing with you, man, you execute. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna get it done.
Yeah. You execute. So I
I'm
can't.
gonna do Snoop's story too, even though we paused on it because of Stars, because I was having issues with them over there
Right.
at the time. So I paused on Murder Was the Case, but I think Snoop is if the old Dre child works, why wouldn't Murder Was the Case work at this point?
Oh my God, bro.
Yeah.
Hey man, and when you say Stars, you made people go to Stars.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Stars could have been there, could have been in your in your cable or your satellite package, but we weren't sitting down every day saying,
Checking out, yeah.
I gotta watch this on Stars.
If you got the number 1, 2, 3, and the 4 highest rated shows in African American and Latino households, so it's going. Like there's no way.
What made you get into this? You know what I'm saying? Because when you think of 50 Cent, at one point it was shot 9 times, how to rob, and you know what I'm saying? And then he got $1 million deal, he's this, he's that. And sometimes we put people in a box. Who takes you serious enough to see this guy that could become creator, executive producer, things of that nature?
You know what's ill is Jimmy Iovine.
Damn.
It comes out of like that circle. He was upset with me at the time, right? Because
No, not you.
some
That's crazy.
yeah. So he's and he goes, I don't know, maybe this. And he's pointing at the television, right, in his office. And then I left, and I'm like, he was pointing at the TV, and then I looked at it and I said, where is my core audience? See, the people that made me a success, they were my core. I look at them like they were in college enjoying their adult life for the first time. Because the music is the theme music of their life. Every time they went out to a nightclub, they couldn't escape me. They couldn't go to a bar. They couldn't go to a restaurant.
You changed the birthday song.
Yeah.
Bro.
Stevie mad at me. I'm like,
Stevie is happy birthday to ya. And then, we got your traditional happy birthday. But now, bro.
No shorty.
Yeah, it's your birthday.
Yeah.
And that's going to be here, no disrespect, long after you.
Yeah, and it's amazing, babe. Like, and you say.
What made you say, go shorty, it's your birthday?
It's just the first thing that came to mind. Like, when you think of the nightclub, but even the ladies, right? When y'all go to the nightclub, isn't it when you go with your girlfriend and it's her birthday, you go with intentions to have a good time, regardless of who's there.
Yeah. But what were we saying before that?
I don't know.
I don't know what.
We were probably going, happy birthday to you. Or be quite happy. Now, yeah, you go out with your girls, it's go.
Yeah. I posted on Instagram the other day. It was my friend's birthday, and the music that I picked for the IG story was Go Shawty.
It's cool.
Did you have anything at the beginning before?
Oh, nah, that's how it went.
Like,
it
woo,
went.
woo, 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 woo. Yeah. Oh, you know.
That record was a nightmare.
Really?
Nah, you gotta imagine for the first time when you hear it, if you trying to be anti me.
And you know what it is too, bro? Not only when you first heard it, it's still today.
Yeah, it was,
and that comes from any beefs that you had, any relationships, whatever. That come on, you're like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
And it could be in your most happiest times.
And
it'll come on.
I hate this motherfucker.
Yeah.
Why you gotta be my birthday?
Do you play it on your birthday? Or is that cheesy?
They'll play it. You know, look, the last thing that I like to enjoy everybody else's stuff. You bug out, like, because since I haven't released anything like current, new, because usually I'm playing my next wave, my next idea of what I'm getting ready to come with, and then because I had a chance to take a break and just chill, I can I look for stuff that I like instead of being critical.
Right.
Like I'm trying to find my favorite joint out of their record.
Is that addicting too when you get those hit records?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's an unbelievable high. Unbelievable. Because look, you gotta say once you condition for it, it's not hard work. It comes out. It's the first, look, Go Shorty's birthday. It's not rocket science, bro. It's just the first thing that comes to you. But when that happens and people agree that it is the right thing, everybody agrees at one time. It feels like magic. Like the records, the creative side of it. Like I was watching what's the name? I saw something on Instagram with the kid Quavo, and he had this joint that he was putting out. He was writing about Takeoff.
Yeah, man.
And I was like, whoa, this is gonna be good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Look, artists always make the best moments out of painful situations. Whether it's the relationship didn't work and it's a love song, whether it's Mary hit you with one of them joints right quick, and then or you'll get the Kanye's car crashes through the YL, or me being shot 9 times, or there's moments in all of the artists that stand out. That
Wait, going through when you say you being shot 9 times, and when we fast forward today, you speaking about Quavo, and with Takeoff not being here with us, being a person that's had a chance to blow out, the candles that you get a chance to blow out, and you can, make a mistake and still be here, and just the life things, man. When you start to see like some of I remember at one point with me when Biggie and Pac were the so-called were the dead rappers,
right?
Then you get your Eazy-E on, and now you see it's a list. Huge. And when you see people like Takeoff, man, that didn't get a chance to get everything, it seemed like there's a life robbery. When you see things like that with P&B, like where does that put you at?
No, it's crazy. I mean, they got to be. I think you got to be able to cut the umbilical cord. You see me earlier say, I wanted to bring everybody with me. So not be someone new, be a better version of what I already was, but like you want to do the same things. They want to shoot dice. They want to have the same argument. They want to do the same thing that we did that. You know what I mean? It's just the circumstances. It puts you back under the same circumstances when you already moved to a different level. Like, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you.
And I think that if really, when you look at generally what's happening there, like, P&B is not really from here. Like, I remember when I came out here for the first time, like I was out here early. This is my whole back. A cartoon tattoo on my back.
Yeah.
Right?
Do you still have that tattoo?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just a little light now.
Right. Yeah.
It's old now, right? But when Tone did it, I was riding and he was like, his man was like, oh man, we got to get gas. He said, what you mean you got to get gas, fool?
Is that
Well, he was like, what you mean?
Like, yeah.
I'm like, because the neighborhood that we was in wasn't the right neighborhood to just go get gas.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm from New York, bro. I didn't know which one of these gas stations you don't go to. And it's the same thing with B&B. He's that he don't know exactly where he at. Big, it's not okay to be in that there with. A lot of times you watch the young boys because they'll go, yo, you ever don't wear your jewelry? And they'll go, nah, I wear mine everywhere I go. Like there's not another version of them.
Right.
Like there's not another guy that's just not special. He's exactly like you. He just don't have a song. When you feel like you're going to get busy if you touch it, he feeling like I'm going to get busy to get it.
Right.
Right? And it's the same energy, bro. Like, and you go on, like, it's when you run into yourself, you would have to ask them, big, when you see them have that, nah, ain't nobody going to do nothing to me. But what about when you was doing that?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you was out and you was the other guy, hungry, so you gonna take it.
You definitely got to remember that.
Yeah, you gonna run. You'll run into that, especially if you go everywhere with it. You know what I'm saying? And there's not a place that I think you got to be conscious of it. When you go back into the environments, you'll be having some of them. They walk around and they are the biggest lick because the value of the stuff that they got around them is actually worth it. Man.
Yeah.
They doing a hit in the neighborhood for 5,000. If you come and you got what? That's $800,000 worth of jewelry you got on your neck. You're gonna have to come up off that.
Damn. What do you do now with the music that's being released today? Do you listen? Because even with Pop Smoke, man, that's having your finger on it, your hand on it.
When you know, because early on, like I'm listening to all of it. Like, I'm trying to hear what they're saying, especially like, or how they're changing, like how culturally things are changing. It's like when the whole street stuff, like if you said, look at the difference in What Up Gangsta, right now, it applies to how many different neighborhoods, how many different areas, how many different, that didn't exist in that time frame that I actually wrote it. Like it's grown ridiculously fast. You know what I'm saying? You look, and culturally, what they looked at, big, my influences were people that were living a better life.
Right.
They were making money, and they just was. The aspirational lifestyle that connects in hip hop culture and in youth culture. That is totally my journey. Like I want to live, not be someone new, but be better than in the position that I was in. And then when you look at like the kids now, their role models or the person that they look up to is putting the most work in.
Do you feel it's harder or easier for today's artists?
I think it's easier to connect.
Right.
But
how so?
Big, if you're working, we go record the record and we put it out.
Right. Yeah.
We put it out, and then it's there, and it's not like that. There's even if we just wrote on a brown paper bag and had it like this brown bag money, whatever the record title that made sense to the title, we can make that little art and put it up and find the audience. Some people hear it and go, yo, he's kind of dope. Or it builds a portfolio of material that you have that would allow them to say that there's consistency, because when you do have a record that snaps, it might not be the one that you made last night, but when you do, all that material is there for people to actually be a true fan to you, because they watch how many clips of yours on YouTube of material, and they're like, nah, he nice, because I'm hearing it over and over and over. Like that consistency, I think consistency is the key to all success. If you can hit the ball, they're gonna need you. They're gonna need you at the Dodgers.
Do you make more money in rap? Is it rap money, brand money, or like executive producer money?
It's crazy because the television is catching brand money now. It's starting to match up with where the brand money is.
And when we do think of when you said I got a meal out the deal.
Oh, that's way different.
Yeah. Because when you got that million, bro, were you thinking like, and coming from a hustler and so on and so forth, you know you're gonna make your dollars. It's non-tax, you're moving around, but it's a different kind of hustle that you're doing. When you get $1 million, bro, do you think that $1 million, not that it could last you for your rest of your life, but do you think, man, I'm on?
When I wrote that line, big, $1 million at the lifestyle that we was living prior to that, you could live your whole life.
Right. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And the difference is now, like when you, the new artists, the new climate stuff like that, $1 million will be gone.
Yeah, man.
Like some of them walking around with $1 million on.
Yeah, I've seen it.
They did the jury. They go crazy because they got to show you. They try to create a separation between them and the other artists, like by
right
having things that they can't have or something that they. And
yeah,
it's a
I
choice.
saw this dude at a quinceañera, 15-year-old's party, and he had these big ass diamonds in, and I was like, man, those would be like $200,000 an ear. But everybody, we want this look.
Yeah,
we also want this look,
so
bro.
And then even if the earring was fake, big.
Yeah,
it's just an earring.
Right.
It takes a little while for you to get to it. Like, and even that brother that had that earring will find that at some point. It's gonna time after a while. He'll be like, yo,
yeah,
give me my money back.
Fifth, definitely want to thank you for coming into the neighborhood.
Man, it's love.
Next time you come in, please answer the questions that we ask.
Gosh, you're such a closed book.
This dude, the closed book. This dude.
I've learned to get out what I want to say for you guys.
Yeah, I've noticed. You know what I'm saying? There was so much more that I wanted to ask you.
I know.
But I was like, man, you'll be back.
Yeah, I definitely will.
You'll be back, man. Did you bring enough Branson for all of us?
Yeah, I got some for you.
Oh, okay.
I'll take some.
Why
I know
do I
you
feel
ain't
like
gonna drink
there's,
it, but you can
why do
give
I
it
feel
to
like
somebody.
there's none out there? But
I will take some.
you know what I'm saying?
I think this is the only bottle.
But even even Renee was like, yeah, it's out there. Renee was like, by the time you leave the building, it'll be there. Believe that, man. But thank you for coming into the neighborhood. Once again, congratulations on season 2 of BMF, bro. And just everything that could be possibly coming from for you and from you. And also the new music that we're going to get, bro. Can't wait to see 50 Cent the artist once again, man. And just congratulations on all your success, bro. And you continue to be an inspiration to so many because you taught us, bro, that there is no box that we have to be in, and we can't walk into any environment the way that we are and still get something done.
Absolutely.
I appreciate you, man. 50 Cent in the neighborhood, Big Boy's neighborhood.